What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 2 Monday Night Football. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top DFS picks for this Monday Night Football showdown between the New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, NFL Week 2 Monday Night Football. Okay, so I'm going to just go through all the plays that I like here. I'm not going to go position by position. I'm going to start off here right at the top. I like Alvin Kamara from the New Orleans Saints playing the Las Vegas Raiders, who have the 9th worst defense overall, and they give up the 6th most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Alvin Kamara has averaged, he scored 23.7 fantasy points in Week 1, and he got 12 rush attempts and 8 pass targets. He was on the field for 66% of the snaps. He touched the ball 44% of that time. He's projected at 20 fantasy points here tonight. He's $11,400 DraftKings salary. And Vegas thinks there's going to be 48.5 points scored in this game, with the New Orleans Saints favored by 5.5. So it could be a running game script for him later in the game, but he's always involved in the passing game. So he got an average of 20 touches in Week 1. So we like to see that. It's a good matchup, a good game script here. So I like Alvin Kamara here versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay, so I'm not super excited about Drew Brees here without Michael Thomas. He didn't play that well in Week 1. I'm going to go ahead and give you his stats here. I think I'm going to pass on this play here tonight, but this guy can get it done any given week. He can go off, throw for 3 touchdowns, 300 plus yards. He's Drew Brees. With or without Michael Thomas, I think he's going to be hindered a little bit here tonight without his number 1 wide receiver, but I don't mind if you make this play. So I like Drew Brees here from the New Orleans Saints playing the Las Vegas Raiders, who have the 9th worst defense overall, and they're middle of the pack defending opposing quarterbacks. Drew Brees, he scored 14.4 fantasy points in Week 1. He did get 2 rush attempts. He's projected at 17.8 fantasy points here tonight. So no Michael Thomas, but he's got plenty of other weapons in Alvin Kamara and Emmanuel Sanders and Jared Cook. So I like Drew Brees here versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay, another guy I like is Josh Jacobs from the Las Vegas Raiders playing the New Orleans Saints, who have a good defense overall, and they've been good versus opposing running backs. But Josh Jacobs went off in Week 1, scoring 35.9 fantasy points off of 25 rush attempts and 6 pass targets. He was on the field for 78% of the snaps, and he touched the ball 63% of that time. He's projected at 17.8 fantasy points here tonight. He's $9,600 DraftKings salary. So it's going to be hard to fade this guy after that Week 1 performance. So I like Josh Jacobs here versus the New Orleans Saints. Okay, now this guy, his role is going to be increased because of the injury to Michael Thomas. So I like Emmanuel Sanders from the New Orleans Saints playing the Las Vegas Raiders, who have the 9th worst defense overall, and they give up the 5th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. Emmanuel Sanders scored 10.5 fantasy points in Week 1 off of 5 pass targets. He was on the field for 49% of the snaps, and he touched the ball 15% of that time. He's projected at 12.9 fantasy points here tonight. He's 8,800 DraftKings salary. So I like Emmanuel Sanders here versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL. MLB is still going. NBA is right around the corner. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay guys, and with no Michael Thomas, this guy's going to have an expanded role as well. I like Jared Cook from the New Orleans Saints playing the Las Vegas Raiders, who have the 9th worst defense overall, and although they're pretty good versus opposing tight ends, Jared Cook scored 13 fantasy points in week 1 off of 7 pass targets. He's on the field for 65% of the snaps, touched the ball 16% of that time. He's projected at 11.6 fantasy points here tonight. He's 8,000 DraftKings salary. So I like Jared Cook here versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Another tight end that I like here is Darren Waller from the Las Vegas Raiders playing the New Orleans Saints, who have a good defense overall, but they give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing tight ends. Darren Waller scored 10.5 fantasy points in week 1 off of 8 pass targets. He was on the field for 89% of the snaps, and he touched the ball 14% of that time. He's projected at 12 fantasy points here tonight. So he's 7,400 DraftKings salary. So I like Darren Waller here versus the New Orleans Saints. Okay, looking at a value play here, I like Hunter Renfro from the Las Vegas Raiders playing the New Orleans Saints, who have a good defense overall, and they're middle of the pack defending opposing wide receivers. Now, Hunter Renfro, he was a letdown in week 1. He only scored 4.1 fantasy points off of 2 pass targets, but he was on the field for 48% of the snaps. So I hope those targets come up here in week 2, which at the end of last year, he got 9 targets in the last 2 games that he played last year. So I was expecting him to be a little more involved. He's projected at 8.4 fantasy points here tonight, and he's 5,800 DraftKings salary. Now, because of the game script here, because the Raiders are projected to be trailing by 5.5, they may have to throw the ball more often. Hunter Renfro could get more involved here. So I like Hunter Renfro here versus the New Orleans Saints. Now, if you're looking for a sleeper pick, a super value play, take a look at Devonte Booker from the Las Vegas Raiders playing the New Orleans Saints, who have a good defense overall, and they've been good versus opposing running backs. Devonte Booker, he scored 8.2 fantasy points in week 1. He got 4 rush attempts and 3 pass targets, so 7 touches. He's super low salary. He was only on the field for 13% of the snaps in week 1, but he touched the ball 88% of the time when he was on the field. So when he's on the field, he's getting the ball. Now, he's only projected at 3.2 fantasy points here tonight, but he's only 1,800 DraftKings salary. So this is one of those sleeper pick plays that if he ends up catching a ball out of the backfield and gets in the end zone, gets you 8 or more fantasy points, he's going to crush value. He could find himself in the winning lineup. High risk, high reward play here. So I like Devonte Booker here versus the New Orleans Saints. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NFL slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.